from the California coast, beaches and bridges. I'm from the California coast, beaches and bridges.
Alrighty. What's happening? Once again, you know what I'm talking about? I was just messing with y'all, but what's up today? Welcome to another Beaches and Bridges, man. You feel me? We gonna rock it out, man. I'm gonna keep trying to perfect my craft, perfect this. Okay, I won't call it my craft because I ain't no professional or nothing, but I'm gonna keep on trying to perfect it until I get it the way I want it, y'all. So wow, I got a lot to go through, and I just feel like this episode is gonna be a little different because one of the things that I wanted to do with you guys was, man, let y'all know something about the West Coast. Hey, the first thing that comes on here, it says, man, I'm from the California coast, beaches and bridges, man. So with that being said, I'm going to have to, tell y'all something about my West Coast, you feel me? Conglomerate, man. I don't know. I'm just using big words, but it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So today, y'all, the first thing I wanted to holler about was, did y'all know that Oakland has the longest running farmers market? Now, I don't know. You might have to, you feel me, though, and it's community run. So you could definitely fact check what I'm saying or whatever. But yes, Oakland has the oldest and longest running farmers market. Now, I didn't know that. I thought that would have been coming from like back east because they was established already. But it says that Oakland is the home of the oldest community operated farmers market in California. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I probably would have thought it would have been like San Diego or something. But anyway, so Oakland's farmers market was established in 1923 in the Diamond District. If anybody wants to know, that's like the farmers market. It is right there by the Fruitvale BART station. So if you go to the Fruitvale BART station, you most definitely can go and experience it. I mean, it's cool. You feel me? Me being from Oakland, and it's a lot of, I say it's a lot of Hispanic culture up over there. So, you know what I'm saying? You go get you some good food and stuff, some flowers and some elote, man. Let's go, you feel me? So, yeah, man, I just wanted to let y'all know that because, man, a lot of people may not have known that Oakland has the oldest farmers market in California. And so it's in the Diamond District. Like I said, go to the BART station and you will definitely have a good time. I mean, if you like going through farmers markets, I mean, they got stuff over there. They got clothes. They have all kinds of different produce that you might not even see in your local grocery store. Seem like they be having different exotic choices and stuff. And most definitely, I'm not gonna lie about the produce. I think that when I get, and this could just be me, but I think that when I get a peach from the farmer's market and a peach from Safeway, which if you're listening to this from somewhere else, like, out of my state or whatever, Safeway is just a grocery store. So wherever you go shopping for groceries at, if you are at the farmer's market, I think in my mind, in my taste buds, that it just tastes fresher, more fresher. Okay. I don't know. We ain't playing Scrabble, so it's all right. But, but yeah, you guys, like, most definitely going to the farmer's market, I think, has the best, like, produce and stuff. I don't think I've ever been to a wet market, but you guys don't get scared. That's only just means that they sell like meat and stuff like that, fish. They sell because it sounding like saying you want me to go to a wet market. That even sound bad. But yeah, it's just like a farmer's market, but they just sell like meat and stuff. So you don't got to take my word for it. You can look it up. You feel me, y'all? That's how we go up in this thing. You feel me? So yeah, man. Just being from there, born there, raised there, or whatever. Like everything seems to be not too positive. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say negative because everything's not negative, but it just doesn't seem too positive. And when you ask people about the city, I think that people say stuff that, affects them or something. So that's how they'll tell you their story. So if you met somebody who been shot, stabbed, robbed, you know what I mean, then you're going to get a not so good story. But if you met somebody that, is a community builder, is a community based person and wants to see better for that area, I'm pretty sure you'll get a much better story. So with that being said, you guys, I think that was, that's one that a lot of people don't know about that's there. And that farmers market is most definitely a good place to go and shop for fresh produce and have a good time because they be having live music out there. You can get you some food out there. There's vendors out there. So if you in the Fruitville Diamond, because they call it the Diamond District, y'all, man, don't try to drop my people to the Nickel District or something, man. That's the Diamond District. Go over there and shop and patronize the people over there because one thing for sure and two things for certain, the people over there are very proud people and they're very cool, I think. You know what I'm saying? You can go over there, hang out, get your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to have a good time, I think it's on like the weekdays. I think it's like on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Now, don't get me mixed up with that. Make sure you do your own research and you go most definitely look that up because that's definitely it's definitely a good spot for, even just to hang out at. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's a good spot for food, but if you a people watcher or something, go and most definitely get with them. Farmers Market, Diamond District, man, Oakland. Let's go with the oldest one in California. I love Oakland. That's all. It's all good. Okay, so you guys, man, a little inside baseball. I've been in this little course, you know what I'm saying, to better myself, better my viability in my career, to better, I guess, better myself, better my communication skills. It's a lot of things we in here learning. If you guys are in the Bay Area, the program is called Rubicon. If you have a job, you need training. You don't have a job. You don't know how to deal with finances. I mean, it's a lot of things they do at the Rubicon program. So just look it up. It's definitely a welcoming place for people that are trying to better themselves in some type of way. I mean, if you just need a typing class or anything, these people are here and willing to help. So, I mean, with that being said, a plug for Rubicon. I definitely am a person that will most definitely, like, put up my flag for them. Them people, they really help. People that have been incarcerated, people that's homeless. I mean, they help whoever. They help people get all kinds of stuff. They license jobs. You know what I'm saying? They're a real godsend. So Rubicon, me taking these courses, and I was sitting in there and they played this video that I'm about to play, and they asked a question, and I just wanted to like put that in the atmosphere. I'm not on here with anybody to run this question across. So if you guys have any comments, you for sure can leave it in the comments or email me or whatever, and we'll, we can talk about this segment, for real, like, and talk about it if you like it. So just let me know what's going on, and I will let you guys, feel whatever, but, or we can talk about it. But what I want to do is play this clip, and I want y'all to think about what I'm saying, because when you hear this clip, this is a hell of a question, to me at least. And I think that's why I wanted to get it on the show, because I wanted to see if anybody else was thinking like myself. So here's the clip.
You only get one song to listen to for the rest of your life. What is it? Ooh. Ooh. That's the hardest question in the whole thing. Yeah, it is, isn't it? One song. Jim Nipody, number. Eric Satie. Yes. Wow. That's one you could listen to forever. Or Lotus Blossom by Billy Strayhorn. Or Reflections in D by Duke Ellington. It's got to be something that when you're listening to it, you can hear new things, but it's forever, so you're going to hear it all. So it has to be something that is healing you, it's regenerating you, or it's giving you something that's like a daily bread every time you hear it. So that's what I would pick, one of those kind of air on a G string. Sure. This a hard one. I could go on forever.
Man. So that was John Baptiste. If anybody knows, he was on the Stephen Colbert show. If you know who John Baptiste is, and he was on there 2 years ago, but that question was on there, and one of the counselors asked about that, and he said for the rest of your life. Like, if I think of all the songs that I ever heard that made me feel some type of way, and I was listening to John, and John was saying something that renews the spirit, something that's regenerative. Well, I don't know about the rest of my life, but there are some songs that I like and I have listened to over and over again. I think that it depends on my mood that I was in, but I have definitely listened to some songs over and over again. But one song for life, like, damn. I mean, when I heard that, I was like, the song that doesn't end, I don't know if y'all know, but that's just a song from Lamb Chop. It's like, it's just a repeating song. I was thinking, wow, the song from Rocky, like Eye of the Tiger. I have a song. I don't want to get his name wrong. I think it's DVSN. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, brother. But you got a song called With Me. You feel me? So I really think that song does something to me as far as like making me feel like some type of way about how I would want like a woman to treat me or something. But y'all, come on now. If you had one song to listen to, and this, we could start saying a lot of stuff. Like if you a chef, if you got one dish that you had to eat for the rest of your life, if you a professional gambler, one game that you could sit and play all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like that's it for the rest of your life. Which one would it be? If you like candy, we could go down so many different directions about saying what it is for one time. But I think that music thing, like, cause I know so many people around myself that love music. And I think that music thing, that question is so vast and so like, you know what I mean? Cause they didn't give you a genre. They didn't give you a nothing. It's just like, what song? Forever. I mean, and like I said, I gave y'all a few different avenues for you could go to whatever with what. But I mean, in the comments, email me, like I said, what is the deal? Like, what is it that you would do? Tell me, like, what song? Like, I could not just rely on one. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say, because I would be like, maybe one album I could listen to for the rest of my life. One album, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole body of work, but just one song? Dang, that's crazy to me. Because I have so many songs I like. I mean, so many artists I like. So many different genres I like, y'all. Like if you listening to my playlist and you look at me and you like, okay, my playlist wouldn't probably be anything that you would think it would be. So all I'm saying is, wow. This is really crazy. You feel me? Like, this is crazy. I don't know. That was a real good question. Y'all let me know in the comments or email or whatever. Let me know what it would be if you had one song to listen to and that was it for you. So yeah, just let me know what's up, y'all, in the comments. And yeah, we could, you feel me? Like, you see, I was all over the place. John Baptiste, he was all over the place. Stephen Colbert didn't answer the question, so I'm pretty sure he probably don't know. So yeah, y'all, just I don't know. Just think about that, though. Just ponder on that and let's figure out, you know what I'm saying? Or tell me, not let's figure out, y'all tell me some of y'all answers. I would love to see. I mean, looking at Stephen Colbert's comments is like crazy. So I would just like to see what y'all had to say about it. That to me, that is a real hard question. So go do it and let's see what's going to happen. The next thing that I would like to talk to you guys about, the next subject would be, ding, 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 new parent. Like, y'all know I like to be talking about my new parent stuff. Too bad I don't have Nisha Kim with me right now to tell some of her stories. But I most definitely would like to talk about the steps so far as like the stuff that I've had to take him to go do, like get his shots. And I mean, I'm not hella super religious or nothing, but my man's is circumcised. Like I just want to talk about how I felt at those moments. Well, I could tell you because the circumcision, that really happened first. I mean, he got his shot in the hospital, but I don't think it bothered him that much. But the circumcision was like, man, me and his mom went to the appointment and we was there, and like when it was time for him to go back to the operating room, because that is an operation, guys. Don't ever think that it's not. When it was time for him to go back to the operating room, she didn't want to go. I don't know if it was because she thought he was going to be crying, or I don't know. I think we talked about it and joked about it. I mean, I'm a real jokester, y'all. I like to joke around and keep stuff light. So, I mean, I could have the tough conversations too. But yeah, I like to keep stuff light. But my whole thing was when she said that, was like, what's wrong? You know, you don't want to see your son progress or whatever. And it's not even that. I can't tell you what she feels because I'm not her and I'm not a woman. So I don't know. But I just, man, maybe she felt like he was going to cry too much. I don't know, but she didn't go. So we went, like me and my son, we went. I was in the room. I can't remember if she asked me to do anything with him. Well, besides take his clothes off and stuff, but I can't remember if she asked me to do anything with him. But it seems like it was more talking to me than it was working. I mean, she probably did it in maybe 5-6 minutes. It was mostly prepping, like getting him to, settle down, getting him to just be still and stuff. And one of the things was like something they gave him, like sweet water or something. I don't know, but they were saying that it does something in your brain and stuff like that. And it's like almost like a painkiller and stuff. And I'm like, damn, sweet water? I don't know if they tell us that for us to feel more, for us to relax, for us to just let them do what they do. But me, myself, I really had no problems with it. I was sitting there, you know what I'm saying? I watched them do it or whatever, and it was a pretty quick process. It didn't take a long time. And the people seemed pretty nice, they seemed pretty cool about it. And we had a couple of conversations about it and stuff. And I mean, everything went swimmingly. So, really, I didn't have too much of a bad feeling about it. It's just that I don't feel like he took it very hard. I mean, he's still a little guy, but a couple of days and he didn't have no problems, and he didn't have no fevers. He didn't have none of the issues that they said could arise after it happened. He didn't have no infections or nothing like that. So that went well. And I think that the place that we went to was a pretty good place, because I guess you have to do it on your own. I don't know. I'm in California. Y'all can comment or whatever and let me know. But we had to pay for our own circumcision and all that. So we took him to a place. It wasn't a hospital. And I don't know. I feel like it wasn't bad. Whatever y'all feel like you want to tell us, you know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments or email. But yeah, that wasn't bad. When we took him to get his first shots, or well, it wasn't his first shots. It was the first shots that he had since he had been at home, because they did do some in the hospital or whatever they do in the hospital. But when we took him to go get his first shots, I was paying more attention to his mom than I was to him, because I just wanted to see how her face was reacting. And I think besides a little worry look, and I don't know if it's all moms, but when kids cry, moms perk up a little bit. So I think he got like 2 or 3 shots that day, and to me, he did very well. They poked him, he cried a little, but then he stopped right after. So, and his legs was tender for about 2 days, because I noticed it when we changed his diaper or whatever. If you touch his side, he might clench up a little bit. But to me, he handled it like a champ. It was her more looking worried to me. But I definitely think that my guy did a very good job of his first. Now, he's not that old, so he still has more doctor's appointments and stuff to come up with. And I think that my emotions about it is very good. I mean, I just, at the end of the day, I just want my man to be happy, healthy, all that kind of stuff. So, we got a guest here today. You know what I'm saying?
What's happening, bro? This is MeeNoKis, the voice of the Bay. And, I got a 2-year-old child, and we around the same age, bro. So we experiencing the same thing. Yours an infant, but mine a toddler. And, do for champ. He take all his shots and don't be crying. And, he's a boy's boy. He's real rough and tough. So, I really don't have too much to say about that. Just these COVID babies is crazy, because they react totally different than when I had my son 20 years ago. I got 2 children, 2 boys, and 20 and 2. So, it's like night and day. My son now, he's a lot. He's way more than I expected. But, it's a blessing. And I love it, every moment of it.
I could dig it, man. Shit, man. These kids, well, I don't know, because you know what I'm saying, this is my first one. So I never really thought about, I don't think I ever really thought about nobody else but myself this whole time. So having him, you know what I'm saying, even being in relationships and stuff, like having him is just, it's just different. And so taking him to his doctor's appointments and little stuff like that, little milestones, is cool. We got a little blanket that has numbers on there to correspond with his months and all that. And we've been taking those pictures, and I just can't wait till he get a year or whatever, so we can time lapse it and see how big he's gotten and all that. But it's cool. I like being a parent. I think being a parent is awesome. And I think, one of the things about it is it ain't no book or nothing. It ain't no, real type of rules besides you got to feed them and you can't neglect them or whatever. They take you to jail for that. But there's a mystique about being a parent. I think that's very cool. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, being a parent for right now is good for sure. A mystique about being a parent. I think that's very cool.
It's a real good thing, bro, that you're getting to experience fatherhood, being a parent at this age in our life. You know what I mean? You never expected it, but now that it's here, I think, you know what I mean, it fulfills you more. You know what I mean? And it might seem a little scary. You ain't did it before, but You know what I mean? I think it just come naturally. Like your reaction and you caring about the little things is just natural. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be a great father. You know, I don't want you to get too overwhelmed with it or try to put yourself in a place to where you overthinking things because, like you said, it's no instruction book, it's no manual in caring for a child. You know what I mean? It's just, and every child is different. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, Meech, he was real calm night and day compared to Yamin, who, you know what I mean? It's just, oh my God, that little boy is a handful. But I think
Don't
that
be talking
God
about
gives
my
you,
godson like that.
I think God gives you what you can handle at the time of, you know what I mean, handling it. So when I was younger, I couldn't deal with it. You know what I mean? But now that I'm older and I'm more mature and, you know, calm down, I think I can handle Dude at this point, because when I was younger, I ain't no way in this world. But you know, and I think y'all child is gonna adjust to who y'all is. So you know what I mean? I don't think that he's gonna be a bad child, or you know what I'm saying? I think what y'all install in him, um he's gonna run with, and he's gonna be a good baby. Cause he, even though you told me he be crying, he been crying, when I came over to your house he wasn't crying. I didn't hear your baby cry not one time.
Nah, he be crying. I mean, but he a baby though. So I
But he
mean,
a
you know.
baby though, you know. But he wasn't crying a lot. You know, you got a well tempered baby, so you know. Did you give him? Did you give him the COVID shot?
Nah, we ain't give him no COVID shot.
Oh, good, 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 good. They did ask about it, right?
Yeah,
When she
they
had
asked about all that. They wanted us to give them everything. We just gave them, you know, the stuff that we felt was
the normal
necessary.
stuff, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Other than pool, I like that. She was goodbye. I used to goodbye. Yo, is that what rap is going through these days? I think that's what she's going through. See, this is the thing, and there's no disrespect to any of our great female artists. Period. Because I'm a fan. Again, I don't judge. I don't judge. You see what I'm saying? But if you want to talk like facts, like men have taken so much, and as is warranted, as is justified, men have taken for speaking the way that we do about our women in music, right? So, but when you look at a span of when women have literally controlled the music, the biggest songs are definitely songs of like very much, very much off the band-aid. Very much, you see what I'm saying? Like, and again, they can do that. It's not an issue. But if you look at their stories, they're doing it more so because of the business. When you think it, because they're rapping, but they're married, and boom, boom, boom. So in other words, you know, music was cool until it showed up. Minus the Lauryn Hills, minus the Queen Latifahs. Real music was cool until a real one showed up. I don't think it be keep going. You're gonna go to the real.
Okay. So what you think about what he was saying? He was talking about Sexy Red. And he was saying that, you know, now that uh, um, a real hoe, I guess that's what they was using. Everybody it was cool until a real one showed up. So what you think about that?
Well, I don't think. that it was about a real one showing up. I think it's about, you know, people getting tired of that whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's played out. At a time, it was real big. What was T-Pain saying? I'm in love with a stripper and everything, and it was big. It was big business. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like that era has played out and it lingered on for so long. So it's not that Sexy Red came through and now people don't. The BBLs, real big at one time. It's playing out. You know what I mean? People are warning folks about getting BBLs and the BBL stinking, and you know what I mean? All kind of problems with the BBL. Now don't nobody want one. You get what I'm saying? So I think it just, that era, that whole era has just ran its course. So, I get what he's saying, but I don't think that that's necessarily true. You know what I mean? I just think that people are tired of the whole era. You know what I mean? Every award show, everybody, all the women coming naked, like it's no fashion no more. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye West just had his wife come fully nude. You know what I mean? With nothing but a coat on. People are tired of, it's not the shock value anymore because it's so normalized. So people is just over that era, and I think that's what's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm older now, so I don't want to present myself in that way. You know what I mean? But I'm still young enough to have fun and want to get out there and do stuff, but I don't have to lead with my pussy either. Ooh,
Man, nah, we've been on for we've been on for a minute. That's okay.
Okay.
But nah, I feel exactly what you saying, but I do understand what he's saying. I feel like he's saying that, Lil Kim was talking about she don't want dick tonight. You got I don't want to be your wifey or nothing. Just come. You know what I'm saying? We got all kind of songs from back in the day.
True.
I feel like he was saying, if you want to be mad at Sexy Red, you gotta be mad at her four mothers. I guess not four fathers.
And that's true. And that's true.
So
but,
that's what I thought he was saying. If you want to throw her under the bus, you're gonna have to throw them all.
But at the same time, when you put it in that perspective, when Lil Kim was doing it, everybody wasn't doing it. You get what I'm saying? Lil Kim is the creator or the founder of it. But when she was doing it, it wasn't a big thing. Everybody wasn't out here acting like that. You know what I'm saying? Then when the early 2000s and to mid 2000s, it just was all about the Little Kim and the T-Pains and that's when the sexuality being expressed became more. Now, you know what I'm saying? From 2010 to now, that's 15 years, it's wore its course. So it's not that, you gotta blame the foremothers of it, but at the same time, you just have to recognize that everything is just, as a fad, everything plays out or wears down after a while. You know what I mean? A fad don't last forever. And this fad has ran its course. I mean, it just became from, Lil Kim being extra sexual to, to the BBLs, we extra sexualizing ourselves even more, and now it's at the point to where that's played out. Don't nobody want to see all that. Like, you should be able to express yourself in a sexual way without being naked. Like, women did it for a long time before this trend or this fad happened. So I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree fully because I don't think that it's Sexy Red that created this culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, people was doing it before. She just, is doing it and is actually proud and boasting about actually doing the actions. You know what I mean? Like, rappers, they were just rapping about it and they was married and everything like that. But Sexy Red, she ain't married. She just throwing it around in a circle. You know what I mean? And that's okay for her. But that's nasty. And people is looking at it like it's disgusting because you running around here with all these STDs, you rapping about it, you're making lip gloss for it, and you really got it. Now Lil Boosie running around saying that she gave him something. And everybody else she gave something. All the rappers she gave something to. It ain't funny until the rabbit got the gun.
I mean, well, shit, I can't give you nothing if we was protected, but that's probably neither here nor there.
That ain't what happened.
Yeah, apparently. But all I'm gonna say to that is, like, when I was a kid, I seen like Rum Shaker and all that type of shit. So what was that one? Zoom 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 in the boom boom. I just remember.
Yes, all I want to do.
I remember. Pumps and the bumps. Right, 2 Live Crew. I remember all that. So it seemed like for the last like 30, 40 years, you feel me? It been the same status quo. Now she got traction, and it's like they just want to blame her. It's like when Meg was big, they wanted to blame her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because she just saying what she's saying. But I feel like dudes has been talking about fucking and all that shit and taking motherfuckers' girls and shit for a long time. So to me, all she talking about is fucking and taking other girls' niggas. So I don't know. I don't want to put the full scope of what's going on her. She's very new out here.
But she giving and promote STDs, bro.
I don't know what she giving.
Really
and Lil Boosie, I ain't seen that, so I ain't go.
Well, look. She rapping about giving STDs. She actually has been known or verified that she got STDs. She coming out with lip gloss, talking about, you know what I mean? It's gonorrhea. You got the gonorrhea.
I seen the lip gloss.
You got the herpes. You got the.
I seen lip gloss.
That's disgusting, bro. I don't want no gonorrhea on my lips. Like, but you really giving these STDs out, like not just in the lip gloss.
Man,
that's the disgusting part, and that's why people is just like, you promoting this, you promoting being dirty. It's one thing to just promote having sex, but it's another thing now. It's a health thing. Now you're promoting people contracting STDs, and come on now. So it's too much. I don't want to blame Sexy Red because she could be as sexy as she want to be, but when you start promoting unhealthy habits like spreading STDs, you got to draw a line. Especially when it come out that you actually got these STDs.
Oh shit! I ain't heard that. I ain't never heard that she had it.
Your little research, because it's real big all over everywhere. It's not that she just rapping about it. It's not that she just rapping about
That's
it.
That's definitely a topic that we would have to explore, man. My whole thing was on what Nelly said, and I feel him. I mean, if you coming down on this young lady right now, y'all act like y'all ain't been listening to music or watching videos for the last 40 years. So I can understand
take Nelly so seriously, because he been making some questionable moves. So we gonna move on with that, but okay.
All right, go on mute, fool. So Y'all, them is the opinions of MeeNoKis right there. Don't be man, don't be writing me talking crap to me about my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be her sidekick. So she the one who wanted to come on here. This is crazy. But yeah, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was, is sports gambling the new crack? And what I mean by that is, I mean like the addiction. I know people they play it every single day. They make excuses for stuff like people do all the time. They make excuses for how much money they spent or whatever on it. It's only sports. It's only on your phone and stuff like that. So I was trying to see if sports gambling the new crack. And one of the things that I've come to see about it is that they want everyone doing it. And just a minute, it's going to for surely be built into your phone. Right now, it's an app, but in a little while, it's going to be built into the phone for anybody to get. And they be talking about how they don't want our kids doing this and being addicted to stuff. But this right here seems like something that's gonna just keep on going because of the money. So, what do you see out there about sports gambling? Do you think that is bad, good? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think it is. Gambling, period. But that sports gambling is a big thing. Before they even got this app, people was doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it was illegal. Yeah, gambling on horses, and you know what I mean? Boy, with your poker. So, I just think that this is another way to, for them to make people addicted to stuff. You know what I'm saying? And keep us entertained and not focused on what we really need to be focused on. Just something just to dangle in our face and people sucking it up like crack. That's the casino is a big thing, but sports gambling, staying on topic, I think it's a big thing for people right now that they made an app just to control the masses and keep us distracted. You know what I'm saying? And of course, people always flock to stuff like sheep to the slaughter.
What I see is that in the last probably, because I think that people were starting to gamble on their phones a little bit before the pandemic and stuff, but like in the last probably 3 years, if you look up daily fantasy, it's probably 200, 300, 400, 500 different like apps that you can download to your phone to play daily fantasy. So I just feel like the explosion of it is crazy. And don't you ever put poker and gambling in the same, because let me tell you one thing for sure and two things for certain. In poker, you most definitely need it's skilled. It's a gamble too, but it's most definitely a skill. So don't you ever disrespect poker with day fantasy bullcrap. Because to me, that stuff is just like any casino in California. Any casino in California is not really regulated by the gaming commission. They are regulated by the gaming commission, but they have different ways to play out here. So if you're not in Vegas or in a riverboat casino or Atlantic City, yeah, to me, it's not. It's different. But this sports gambling thing is like, it's just so big now. Like,
but you don't go to the casino for poker?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Just because you wanted to, that don't make no point. I just told you, you got to have skills to play poker. skills, skills, skills. So that definitely is not something that we, because you can't play poker on your phone or on your laptop or something, but people do it more. I mean, I guess they
So
do it
you don't
more
think you need
online.
the skills to play the sports?
Well, yeah, I think you do need, I think you need basic understanding. I mean, and I'm pretty sure that the people that win a lot have some sort of skill, but it's all luck to me. Like, because if your player get hurt, then what? They out of the game. So it's still luck involved in that. Yeah, poker, and that is very different. You need real skills for poker that you don't need for sports gambling, or a different set of skills, I'll say. Poker was real big back in like '08, '09, '07, stuff like that. Now, this is real huge in 2025. So to me, it's a big difference between what's going on now and what was happening then. It's finna get a little spicy in this bit. You know what I'm talking about? All right, so here we go. I wanted to talk to y'all about this lady who's supposedly exposing why white people dislike black people. So let's give it a listen. Let's see what she's talking about. Let's see.
They just have to be born, and they're automatically the best. Your post last night, but I wanted to be very thoughtful in my reply and think about what I wanted to say, so I didn't want to give the typical answers most people who have been giving, like, I don't see skin color or nothing, because that is true, but it's a lot more complicated than that. I even wrote out all of my points so that I wouldn't forget anything and that I could be as concise as possible, but this may still be a little long. First, some ground rules. This is my opinion. I am here to explain how I see this, but not to excuse anyone's behavior. And yes, white people are not a monolith, but I also think that way too many do not reflect on these issues, and I will mention why. And white people, if you're watching this is for Mark and other black people. So before you start popping off in the comments, maybe you need to sit down and reflect on what I'm about to say, because I don't think we reflect enough on these kind of things. So here we go. So white fragility is real. I'm not going to explain what white fragility is. Black people probably know. If you don't know and you're white, go look it up. Google is your friend. But I think every single white person experiences white fragility. Those who experience it a little experience it as guilt, and those who experience it a lot display it as anger. Anger is a secondary emotion to other emotions, mainly to hurt and fear. As I mentioned in my video 2 years ago, which you can go look, is pinned at the top of my page, which was a discussion about why white women hate black women. It's really because we fear them, but more accurately, we are intimidated by them. I believe that these feelings of intimidation actually carry over to white men, and maybe even more intensely, because white men are born into a supremacist patriarchal society that was set up for them and puts them at the top of the society without even having to do anything but be born. They just have to be born, and they're automatically the best, accordingly.
Whoa. Like, hold it. Like, whoa, hold it. Like, hold on. Like, wait a minute.
You better grab a mop. It's getting sticky in this bitch.
Wait a minute. So that lady just said that they mad at us because they envy us and all that type of stuff, but for all them to do to be the best is be born. Like, that was so, you feel me? So now, why are y'all upset if you the best when you born? Go ahead, tell me what you got to.
I think what she said I concur with. It's true. However, the end part was off. You know what I mean? They wasn't born better. They were born inferior. and just like they grow up to be inferior, and they just mad because we are the best on this planet. We are the salt of this earth. That's why everybody try to mimic us. And, it's really hard because this is a white man's world. You know what I mean? And when you get a job and we go into corporate America, you really, really see it. Like, you see the passive aggressiveness. You see the white virginity. You see, all of this that we have to lessen ourselves just so that they can feel better. And when you don't do that, they get upset. They get angry. You know, they're narcissists. And honestly, I believe that they are a monologue. All of them
A
are the
monolith?
same.
You
A
think they're a
monolith.
monolith?
Excuse me, a monolith.
Okay.
They all the same. You just got the ones that's, directly in your face with it. What you call it, the Republicans. But the Democrats is just as, racist as the Republicans. They just do it sneakily behind your back, give you the passive aggressiveness, go behind your back to your boss and try to get you fired. And, just right now, I just think that a lot of black people is collectively tired. And we don't want to explain no more. We don't even want to talk about it. It is what it is. And we are out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be the way y'all gonna be because y'all been this way and we know it. We not, protecting nobody no more. They could have been talking about this, but now all of a sudden everybody want to come out and start talking about some stuff that we been knowing. They wanted to take out Black history in schools. Because they
They're
didn't want
doing
their
it
children,
actively. Right.
They don't want their children feeling bad about their ancestors and what they did to get this country. And, come on now. Come on now. It's just all the same thing. And now what they want us to do is, empathize for them some type of way because we should feel sorry for them and because they're admitting to their wrongs. And it's like, come on now. Actions speak louder than words. So they can say whatever they want to say, but they still doing the same thing on a massive level. We'll be convicted harsher than they will for the same thing.
Oh yeah.
And it just keep going on and on and on, and it don't stop. They look at us, our children, like grown adults. And anytime the news report on it is this black man or this woman, and it's a teenager or a young kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when they come to them, it's like this young child did this, and he's just a child and misunderstood.
Mentally, right? Yeah, they throw the mental. They give the mental benefit of the doubt. That's what they give them the mental benefit of the doubt all the time.
All the time. So it's just at this time we tired of hearing it, and we don't care. I don't care. And then you see, she was starting off good. The whole thing was good, and then she ended it with some backhand stuff. But we was born the best, or whatever she said.
I mean, no, you can watch the whole video. That was the first couple of minutes of it, and that's all I really needed to listen to her talking about. And what she thought she was doing, because she says in the video, I'm explaining this to the black people, I guess that's in her comments. So she thought she was telling black people something that we don't know already, I think. Most black people.
Something we don't know.
Well, most black people know that type of stuff, but I mean, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt for even trying. You know what I'm saying?
Stop that. We got
for even trying. Like, at least she just tried to talk. But the thing is, her audience was the wrong audience. The audience you should have been talking to is them people that you have to tell them, I'm talking to a black person about. Yeah, no, them the ones who need to know. I don't think that people that live this every day need you to tell us.
Right.
So that was my thoughts about it.
Right. I agree. You know, it's just, but we got to stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like, if we gonna give somebody the benefit of the doubt, give Jane Elliott, because she was doing it way back in the day when it wasn't popular. Now, because Trump is in office, now all these people having voters regret, and they want to, start talking about they people. Like, no, come on now. We know this. That's why we fighting for y'all to keep Black history in schools, because people need to know, children need to know our real American history. And Black history is a part of that,
It should be. They keep saying who built the country, right?
They trying to say that we came over here as indentured servants.
I don't think so. Indentured servants, that's a time limit on that. They was gonna keep us in slavery forever. So I don't know.
That's what they trying. They trying to rewrite history. I don't give them benefit of the doubt, and I really don't want to hear that now. Just stop doing it. Stop doing it. I don't want you to talk about it. Just stop doing it. But y'all can't. Y'all can't help yourselves. That's what I believe.
Okay, well, y'all, them is the opinions of MeeNoKis. You feel me? She don't kiss people. You feel me? So just know that if you ever meet her, don't try to kiss her. So I got this last topic. You feel me? Y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with Beaches and Bridges and stuff like that. We appreciate y'all and all that. So we got this last topic. She was about to jump the gun, but I'm gonna put these inserts in there, and then we're gonna most definitely figure this out. So just to give y'all a little backstory, last Saturday there was a protest about white violence. Black people portraying violence against white people. Now, in my mind, I was thinking about all kinds of stuff. Tulsa's, this, that, and the third, like stuff that some people will never admit, but they're still living off of it. And when something happens to them, they want to come at us. And that's the problem. This is a clip. Y'all gonna hear it, then we gonna discuss it. You feel me? So it is what it is, y'all. Here we go. Let's go.
Back to the program. Jake, I want to hear your explanation about why you're leading this protest. I think they're saying the video or the audio is fine, but the video cuts in and out a little bit. Jake, why are you leading this protest in Frisco, Texas tomorrow?
Jason, thanks for having me on. Normally I'm very jovial when I join your program, just getting out of prison 86 days ago from a presidential pardon. This is the type of thing where justice needs to be served. In this case, we have a killer on the loose, which you have said multiple times here. This man killed Austin Metcalf in cold blood. And there used to be sacred honor amongst men, a time where we could grieve, where the public could gather together and show up and show support for senseless violence. This is senseless violence. And they have stolen that from us. Part of the PSYOP with January 6th was to try to turn people away from exercising their God-given rights. And that's what we're doing today. We're standing up. I am a white American. I am Jewish by bloodline, Christian by faith. And I understand that my community, there are millions of white Americans out there living in fear every day of being terrorized. Every single day I turn on my X feed and I see hundreds of videos of young Black women and men attacking, gang beating, curb stomping, robbing, and terrorizing the white Americans. And I have to stand up as a leader of my community and address this for what it is. If it were just a couple cases left or right, here or there, we could, kind of chalk it up to a violent issue in America. But there is statistical data, factual data, 12 times the amount of Black people robbing white people as the opposite way. That is a systemic issue that needs to be addressed and needs to be talked about for what it is. We cannot tiptoe around the issue. If we want to solve the culture of black violence in America, this violent hip-hop gang culture, we need to name it for what it is. And as a white American myself, I have so much love for my community. I am very worried about the people in my community being assaulted. I also have love for the black community, and that's why I'm not just calling out this protest and this gathering with hatred, but we have consistently said we want to uplift the black community, return the modesty, the dignity, the love that they used to share with the white community of the Martin Luther King era, where they wore suits, they went to church, they had this great atmosphere about them. That is completely gone. There's a degenerate culture that is pervasive in a large majority of black Americans, and we need to address it as white Americans and say, please stop predatorizing. And please is a nice word. We're demanding, we're making a show of strength and a love of unity, demanding in the white community, stop predatorizing white Americans. You have been brainwashed, the black community in by and large, not your audience. The black conservatives that watch your program, which is an amazing program, have nothing really to do with what we're talking about. But the other, I would say, all of the people who voted for Kamala Harris, which 97% of black women voted for Kamala Harris, and over 80% of black men, those voters, that population, I am addressing those people today. They have ingrained with inside their own youth by propping up athletes, ball players, rappers, and other basically people that are living for the moment, not trying to sew in any type of longevity. There is a epidemic of immediate gratification in the black community. No one is willing to go to college, buy businesses, and by and large, and build into their community. As soon as one of these rappers or ball players gets any money, they move out of their community and they move into a white community, and they bring this degenerate culture with them. And eventually, it is spreading out into the suburbs. It's spreading out into all of America.
Woo. Woof, woof. Yeah. I mean, y'all hear what's coming out of a white Jewish man who the real white folks don't even mess with the Jews, but that's neither here nor there. That ain't my business. But I got a couple of more inserts because this stuff is real and real crazy. I mean, you guys, this is I guess that's what they think about us. You feel me? You go ahead and tell me what you think about that first video, though.
I think that the show that he was on was a coon show.
Oh, you heard who it was. Okay.
Yeah. He was a coon. And, I think it's just a joke that they're trying to do reverse psychology with trying to blame us for the very things they do. There's no evidence, no in the media, none of the stuff that he said is happening. It's all made up. And, I just think that not only do black folks think he's a joke, the Jew man or white man that was putting on this protest, black people think he's a joke, but also I believe his counterparts, his white people, think that he's a joke too. And I don't know how much I can say about it because the protest happened. And what happened at the protest was a laughable situation.
Very, very. I mean, wow. This guy. So I'm about to play this next clip. This guy, man, I just want to, I just want to hope that these people separate themselves from it, because believe me, I have a clip of myself going through where I was at, and them people was out there really protesting. So I'm gonna put that clip in there too. But listen to this clip. This comes from her name is Thea. I think her name is Thea Talks Politics or Thea Speaks Politics or something. I'll make sure I try to get her link in there because I got this video from her page. And I would like for people to, because she's pretty good at what she does. So y'all go ahead, listen to this, and let's see what you think after that.
I've not heard about this case.
I want to clarify something right off the start because I've already heard some rumors and some gossip. This was not a race thing, and this is not a political thing.
That's the father of Frisco stabbing victim Austin Metcalf. He pleaded on national television for his family's tragedy, the loss of their son, not to be turned into a race or a political issue. The sad reality is that appears to be exactly what has happened. Amid a surge of misinformation and false claims, the story has taken on a life of its own online. Tonight, our I-Team reporter Brian New with who is behind some of these social media posts, including one political candidate who is calling for a protest this weekend in Frisco.
From the very beginning, people far from Texas have amplified this story on social media, often injecting misinformation to push false narratives. This has come from individuals claiming to support Austin Metcalf, as well as those claiming to support Carmelo Anthony, despite having no connection to the families or the community. This week, a flyer has been circulating online to promote a protest. The flyer uses a picture of Metcalf with the banner reading, "Protect White Americans." If you look at the initial flyer, it misspelled Frisco. It also got the name of a local high school wrong and incorrectly claimed this is where the stabbing took place. It did not. The latest version of the flyer now shows a new location for the protest. This flyer has now been shared by dozens of high-profile social media accounts. This one post received 5.3 million views. The organizer of the protest, according to the flyer, is this man, Jake Lang. Lang was charged with attacking police at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. He was pardoned earlier this year by President Trump. Lang is now running for U.S. Senate in Florida. The Frisco Police Department said it is aware of the scheduled protest and put out this statement yesterday, saying officers will be on hand to ensure the safety of the public while allowing the protesters to exercise their First Amendment rights in a peaceful manner.
Go off, Miss Kiss. You good. Go off. It's okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, for real, like everybody that was reporting on this protest kind of like sounded like it was a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like this man, he's a convicted felon. You know, Trump pardoned him. Now he's trying to run. Like, come on now. This is a joke, and everything that he said was a lie and made up. So, I mean, you really can't take him seriously. And it just showed, the proof was in the pudding of when that protest happened and what happened, you know? And him talking to the father at the protest, telling the father that a coward or...
Now, since you just segued, hey, let's go. Let's see what we talking about. Let's go.
That insurrectionist who's running for Senate, he made a telephone call to the father of Austin Metcalf, the victim in this case, the victim in this case. And this is the conversation, part of the conversation that took place.
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is going to disappear the
victim in this case. And this is the conversation, part of the conversation that took place.
To stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point. God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today. Yes, I am, sir. That's called white guilt. No, let it go. You're Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir. You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness. You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir. You're being weak. You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness. You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir. You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it. Hey, Jeff. That's the problem. You've been submitted. Hold on, Jeff. You've been submitted. I'll handle it from here. You've been submitted, sir. You're not gonna. If we were all in your nation, guys, listen. You're not gonna say that we did. Do you know who you're talking to? You don't do. I'm talking to a black man. No, you're not. Okay, you sit here, you talk about Trump, but I am. You don't know my name is Trump. No. When you do that, my name is. I agree with black men, but they're not winning right now. You're becoming degenerate. You're doing and murdering what you're doing.
Y'all. So I'm gonna insert the video for you guys to know. Every clip or whatever that we had is gonna be inserted for you guys to see. But boy, oh boy, like we are not a monolith at all. Like can we get monolithic out here? Because this dude, this guy that's talking about, hey, black man here, that is weak. Like, bro, what the fuck are you even doing around there? What are you doing? I mean, that part gave me a headache. I appreciate. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thea talks politics. Thea speaks politics. I mean, you know, I liked it. Your opinion about what was going on too. I definitely will make sure that I insert your clip about talking about what you got going on. But yeah, so my whole thing, you guys, is what the heck is this guy on? What is he talking about? What is he? Because what he was saying right there was just uninformed. I mean, that man ain't read the room ever. He probably never been in the room to read it. Like, that's what I mean. This guy is spewing all this hatred, like, and saying it's love and calling it God, and saying that God is gonna help, which is crazy because this guy is a Jew. He's Jewish. Like, so that is like, oh my God, y'all. That really really kind of bothered me. I mean, because one thing that I know for sure is that this man is a racist. This man is a bigot. This man is and these are all of my thoughts about this guy. But this man, Luke, who's running for, Jake Long, who's running for Senate in Florida, who was a January 6th. Like, so you guys know that I talked about the January 6th pardons, how I feel about them or whatever. This guy's a January 6th. This guy wanted to throw a coup on the country. Okay, he got pardoned by the Grand Wizard. You know what I'm saying? We all know who that is. But now look at him. Now he's coming at people on with the bull crap. Like, this is crazy. One of the things that I seen over the weekend was the protest, y'all. I actually seen the protest. So I'm gonna throw this clip in here for y'all. And I'm gonna put it on the YouTube too. But this was absolutely crazy. Man, I cannot believe these people got racism signs outside and they trying to protest for black people to stop killing and black people to stop robbing white folks. I just can't believe they really outside. For real though, this is wild. Boy. Y'all, when you watch the video, you'll see it, and that I could not. I could believe it, I guess, but it was definitely in my face, and it was definitely just, yeah. Man, I couldn't. I was angry. Because you guys know what's going on around here. You guys know the absolute pillaging and raping of the community that y'all have done. Transcontinental. I ain't just talking about in America now. We talking transcontinental, y'all. I'm gonna put this last clip in here, and this was a discussion that me and my man was having after we heard about it. It hadn't after we heard about the rally. It hadn't took place yet, but this is it.
But Jason, you got to stop this combing, man. This shit is just going too far. It's just, it's at this point, it's utterly ridiculous that you keep trying to find a way to make anything that white folks is going through comparable to what black folks go through, been through, and continue to going through. It just don't make no sense. And that white boy, oh yeah, man. What can you say to him? When have white folks ever been in danger in this country?
Especially by black people. Right. That was the thing that had me really like, hey, what is he talking about?
Ever been in danger? You know what I mean? When have they ever been targeted?
My initial take on that was like, this white guy is definitely tone deaf, definitely not a part of any type of cultural nothing. Like, bro, you a Jew, bro. You not even all the way like Anglo white. So the shit, the stuff that you is espousing out, bro, is dangerous. And I hope that don't nothing happen to nobody that look like me out there when they do whatever it is that they supposed to be doing, this rally and stuff.
But he's so stupid, he don't realize that shit dangerous to his people too. He act like he don't remember what the white folks did to him, man. Like, you know what I mean? And they all white. Shit, hey, we don't separate them. Shit.
Hey, bro, like I told you, he's one of the people that was acquitted. And instead of in 86 days, instead of him trying to figure out how to take care of his family, he out here trying to go against black folk.
Right.
That's the diabolical nature of the white people.
Hey, but you heard him. He was talking about he put up $1 million in property and this, that, and the third. They probably handed him a big ass check when they gave him the pardon. You know how that shit go. He probably got some money on the 100.
one of the main things, like the statistics that he was throwing out about how black folks is robbing them and killing them and all that type of stuff at a alarming rate now.
Who's getting them statistics from? Out his ass.
That's my whole thing. And when we put the part of the clip in there, that's definitely a major thing for people to think about. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, like I said, I think he was just pulling that shit out his ass. None of them statistics sound real to me. But I could be wrong, but that shit sounded like some bullshit.
You could go down any gentrified place. I ain't gonna say re-gentrified because they put us there and now they want it back.
Right.
So you can go pretty much to anywhere like that they are developing and putting they staples there, they Starbucks and Trader Joe's and stuff.
They got a poodle park.
You go anywhere like that, bro, they walking with their dogs at 3 a.m. They're not worrying about no.
Put the poodle park in the neighborhood, you know it's over with.
Bro, I don't see them getting robbed. I don't see them getting killed. I see them living their everyday life. And it's still hard for somebody that look like yourself.
Boy, they did it right there in West Oakland. And shit. Hey, when they started moving, used to be none of them around at night. Then all of a sudden, man, they was out all times of the night walking around Esther's orbit room with all type of little dogs and white girls in Birkenstocks and all sorts of shit. Mm-hmm.
Oh, most definitely.
With not a care in the world.
Most definitely, I know that is a crazy situation. And this thing right here, we're going to have to revisit it because for sure it's going to be more fallout behind it. Ooh, I hope y'all heard that. I mean, I have so many thoughts, comments, concerns, and all that type of stuff about what's going on in society as a whole. Not just this guy. It's like Ron DeSantis. I mean, I guess I just said his name because I feel like he's definitely stripping Florida. I don't know if he's still the governor, but he's definitely stripping them of history in the classes. But people like him, people like this Luke Long guy, they're definitely tone deaf. They definitely are supremacist. I don't even know how to sugarcoat it no more. Like, bro, y'all racist as hell. Like, and for a person to be like, oh, and we want black people to go back to the days of wearing suits and Martin Luther King and all that shit. Y'all killed Martin Luther King. That is like, come on, bro. Like, everything that you're talking about is bull. Y'all killed Martin Luther King, but you want us to go back to the days of when he was around? Bro, you are a Jew. Like, they looked for your family. The same people that you trying to protect, they looked for your family and executed y'all. Like, come on, bro. What are you talking about? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Bro, that man told you to take his son out of y'all cause. You try to tell him he was a coward for that. You must don't have kids. Like, what is we talking about? And then, man, to the Jason Whitlocks, to that man that was lockstep with you, bro, y'all are black. The shit that happened to y'all ancestors shouldn't allow you to be aligned with this. But Jason Whitlock, I did not hear you saying that the man that choked the man on the train, we have the BART out here. They have the subway in New York. I wish my brother was here to expound on it, but I didn't hear you saying, oh, that guy should be in jail for first-degree murder. This man strangled a man to death and for talking. He strangled a man to death for making threats and stuff, and people could see that this man is not on his meds. You know what I'm saying? They said that he looked like he was crazy. But you took it upon yourself to kill him. And this young boy had 2 other boys. And you know what I'm saying? I'm going to call them men how they would do my young man Carmelo, because he's black. Had 2 other men accost him, and yes, they put their hands on that man, and he did what he had to do to defend himself. I mean, the daddy tried to tell y'all this ain't no white or black issue, but the dad is white. So I for sure disagree with him. I will tell you guys that I don't know all the facts. I don't know the whole story. But my facts and my story, those were 2 white people trying to tell a black man what to do, and we could put our hands on a black man because nobody cares about them, especially when it comes to white men doing it. Because they'll say, what about Chicago? What about Florida? What about wherever the fuck? But it's a white man doing it to a black person. And they feel like that's just the most acceptable thing that we got going in America. Like, everybody wants to be black. They love the black culture, all that type of stuff. They want to cook like us, talk like us, be like us, until somebody got a gun up against them. Said they up against the gun until there's it's not cool to be black. And these are definitely my thoughts. So, like, if you guys want to challenge them, if you guys want to, leave a comment, concern, or whatever, do that, y'all. Subscribe, y'all. Like all that good stuff, man. You know what I mean? I just want to give a great big shout out and thank you to MeeNoKis for her time. And yeah, y'all, that's Beaches and Bridges. Beaches and Bridges. Talk to us. The conversations that I'm having, we can have again. So yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. We out.
I'm from the California coast, beaches and bridges. I'm from the California coast, beaches and bridges.
All day. We out. And the daddy tried to tell y'all this ain't no white or black issue, but the dad is white. So I for sure disagree with him. I will tell you guys that I don't know all the facts. I don't know the whole story. But my facts and my story, those were two white people trying to tell a black man what to do, and we could put our hands on a black man because nobody cares about them, especially when it comes to white men doing it. Because they'll say, what about Chicago? What about Florida? What about wherever the fuck? But it's a white man doing it to a black person. And they feel like that's just the most acceptable thing that we got going in America. Like, everybody wants to be black. They love the black culture, all that type of stuff. They want to cook like us, talk like us, be like us, until somebody got a gun up against them. So they up against the gun until there's it's not cool to be black. And these are definitely my thoughts. So, like, if you guys want to challenge them, if you guys want to, leave a comment, concern, or whatever, do that, y'all. Subscribe, y'all. Like all that good stuff, man. You know what I mean? I just want to give a great big shout out and thank you to MeeNoKis for her time. And yeah, y'all, that's Beaches and Bridges. Beaches and Bridges. Talk to us. The conversations that I'm having, we can have again. So, yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. We out.
I'm from the California coast, beaches and bridges. I'm from the California coast, beaches and bridges.